little bit Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Girijana Ballava, Giri Varadhari, Yasoda Nandana, Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Banachari. It explains about how Krishna would live in Vrindavan. Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Ho. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Swami Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharya Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Very glad to address the big crowd here. There are two kind of people when they take up some religious life. One is like Saragrahi. Sara means essence. They take the essence. And the other is Bharagrahi. They take the burden. Like we have different cultures, different community, different sampradayas. Some people think, oh, I am great, our sampradaya is better, I do not go to yours. If you come to me, that's okay, but I cannot come to you. I carry the burden of my group and discriminate, and then I think I am great. When some other people, they try to see the essence, what everyone is preaching, trying to preach. What is the main preaching of that people, group or sampradaya? So how is that different from mine, and how is similar to with mine? So when we come to that level of Saragrahi, then it is not a problem to go to anywhere. And basically in all religion, no matter it is Christianity or Islam or Sanatan Dharma, the sar, the essence is the same, that love your God, praise your God, love the living being, all the other living entities, be kind, be merciful, and develop these divine qualities within yourself and serve the devotees. That's what Swaminarayan Bhagavan always focused, that you always serve Hari Bhakton. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever they see the devotees, they become very happy, they from their heart, and they welcome and they serve the devotee. I have experiencing this in Tucson for last 10, 12, 13 years. That whenever I come across with the devotees, especially Parikshit Prabhus and other people, they really like devotees, Hari Bhaktas, and they welcome them, they serve them, they make contribution to them, donation, everything is really good because they love the devotees and service to the Lord. So I was thinking to discuss about the creation, why God created this world. When we talk about this world is full of dualities, right? Happiness, distress, sukha, dukha. Sukha means happiness, dukha means miseries, day and night, cold and hot, this different seasons, everything. So in Christianity is a big problem, like the creation of the evil. If God was so merciful, why would He create this dual object? Why would not He just love everyone and only create happiness? Why is there so a problem? Why people are suffering? It's a big question in community. See, I told them they are coming. Yeah.
You want me to hold the door for you?
So, but the answer of this is given in our Vedic literatures. We have so much scriptures that explains, especially in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, one of the Nava Yogindra, he was asked by the sages that why God created this material world. What was the need of this living being come here? Originally, we all are from spiritual world. Yeah. Jai Ho. And not every people believe this, that we are from spiritual world. You are devotee, we are devotee, easy for us to understand that we are originally coming from spiritual world, but somehow or other we are here in this material world. We fall down here. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Ho. Mahanta Maharaj Ji ki Jai Ho. And when we come here as a pure spiritual being, all spirit, soul, Atma, we experience all kind of things in this material world. We see we lose our family members sometime. We lose near and dear. We experience big wars, people are killing. We see the greed, lust, anger, and all kind of things we experience in this world. And at the same time, when we see that this is the creation of God and God has created everything, everyone, so it is very hard to believe that why this is inequality going on in this world. Why is so much going on? So some people conclude, like some philosophers, Western philosophers, that God cannot be so merciless like that. If it was His creation, then there would not be any problem at all. This place would be like heavenly place. So they come to conclusion that God does not exist. There is no God at all. Or some people say God is dead. Like Friedrich Nietzsche, the great philosopher, he said God is dead. And later on he already died, he is no more, but we still praise God, but we do not praise him. So this thing is very mystical for many people, but those who are taking up Krishna consciousness or God consciousness or spiritual life, great saintly people appeared and they preached the message of God, and they reminded us that God does exist and you need to have some faith in your heart and you must cultivate some devotion, and slowly the mode of ignorance should be eradicated first, and you need to rise yourself up from tamaguna to rajaguna, from rajaguna to sattaguna. Yeah. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that once one is situated in the mode of sattva, goodness, then everything becomes like enlightened. Nirmalatvat, it becomes sinless. And prakasamaya, it becomes, prakas means light. Light here says, indicates knowledge. Light does not mean electric light only. Of course, we need light in the darkness. When at night time, when we need to go to the bathroom, we need to turn on the light in order to see the way. But the light also represents Om Ajnana Timiran Dasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So person becomes enlightened, or they are situated in knowledge when they rise themselves to the level of Sattva-guna. And from there, they can inquire about spiritual questions. Who I am, what is my purpose of living here, what is this world meant for, why God created us, what is our relationship with Him, can we really establish our relationship with Him and then again connect ourselves and return back home. So all kind of these intelligent question comes when one is situated or established in the mode of goodness, which is called, technically called Sattva-guna. So the one of the Nava-yogendras, he addressed the sages that asked why God created this cosmic manifestation, the world. Then there he specifically mentioned about 2 points. One is Matra Prasiddhair, Atma Prasiddhair. Matra Prasiddhair means, Matra means senses. There are so many living entities here. We have experienced 8,400,000 species of life, out of which 400,000 species belong to human society. Can you imagine our human species, 400,000, according to our consciousness. You can imagine like a lot of people in different part of the continent, in the universe, so many varieties of people. Or in Devata, in heavenly planet, they are also human living being. They come under this category, Manava. Chatus Lakshani Manava. Jalajam Navalakshani. 900,000 living being lives in water. Sthavara Bimsati. On the land, Sthavara, 100,000. Like that, all categories is given in the scriptures. Chatus Lakshani Manava, the 400,000 species of human being, according to our consciousness. So all the scriptures say that give up this sense gratification tapasya, do austerity, or become the devotee of God, serve God. Do tapasya and try to understand who you are. When Lord Brahmaji was created from the navel lotus of Mahavishnu, from the Garbhadagasai ocean, and Lord Brahmaji was alone by himself. There was nobody else. Everything was dark. And he was confused. What am I supposed to do here? What is my duty? How can I do the creation? Because I don't have nothing with me. So he heard the sound from the universe. The sound was tapaha. And he immediately understood that, oh, I need to do some meditation, austerity, in order to receive the knowledge of creation. Then I would be able to perform the duty of the Lord. Then he went in meditation, deep meditation, and he received knowledge from the God. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye. He is called Adikavi, Brahmaji. So this spiritual knowledge was transmitted into his heart by the Supreme Lord when he was in the meditation and he was able to perform his duty. So the scriptures are saying, give up this sense gratification. But now here the Navayagendra is explaining that the Lord has created this material world for bhogartham, bhogne ke liye. It's a little bit contradictory thing, right? And there is another reason also, Atma Siddhai means mokshartham. Another reason of the creation is for liberation. So, not all the living beings are devotees and they can understand the science of God and they can take up the process of bhakti or they can perform some austerities. Like there are animal, like there are so many human beings, they do not come under any spiritual practices. They live their life like a wild life. They are completely free and do all kind of activities unrestricting way. No restriction, no discipline, no rules and regulation. They simply think that the purpose of life is to enjoy as much as you can. Especially human beings, they really follow this. Especially in the Western world, people simply live for eating, mating, defending and sleeping and defending. Ahara nindra bhaya maitunamscha. Not only in the Western world, everywhere in the world, but people are a little bit more awakened in the Eastern world, like in India, in Bharatabarsha area. People are a little bit more awakened. They have been hearing from so many sadhus, so many saints, so many gurus all the time. They have been reminded about it. But even then they are sleeping in the lap of Maya. They are not at all careful about awakening their spiritual consciousness. But in Western world, it is more gross. People are more into enjoying spirit, that I have my body and I need to enjoy my body. This body, once it dies, it is gone, it is all done, it will never come back again. So as long as I am healthy and I am young and I have energy in my body, all I need to do is to enjoy this body. I can make best profit out of bad bargain. Like 60% of people, when they reach age 60, they naturally go to depression. Because they start seeing that my body is going down. I am no longer active and young and energetic like before. I do not have my family with me. Everyone is leaving me alone. I may or may not have a job with me. I may not have a social security or my secure life, and then start thinking loneliness, and people really become depressed. So this thing is going on everywhere. So God beautifully arranged for everybody to enjoy some amount of happiness by utilizing the senses and the body in this world. Definitely that sukha is there. Indriya sukha is always there, but it is temporary, it does not last forever, but the sense happiness, pleasure is there in this world, and God knowingly created this. So intelligent people, they come to conclusion by enjoying material happiness that the end of any kind of material happiness is miseries, distress. Any happiness we talk about, even we have a nice, delicious 84 delicacies in front of us. We are very hungry in the beginning. When we start eating food one after another, slowly by slowly, our hunger gets satisfied, and we reach at some point, if we continue eating, we might have negative impact of it. We don't want to touch anymore, even if it is first class food, pizza or whatever you can imagine, pasta, burger, paneer, gulab jamun, any food items. So we have experienced this sad ending in our life and at all time, and we sometimes think deeply, why? If I do not want to experience sad or distress or miseries, and I work wholeheartedly to bring all happiness in my life, despite of all this effort, why we are experiencing all this difficult time? Why we are experiencing this sadness or distress or frustration or depression? Why do we become sad? The intelligent people think about it. So Upanishad says that until and unless people come to conclusion that any happiness that we experience here, it will end up in negative end, is distress. And in order to come out from this difficult situation, I cannot do on my own. I need a guidance. I need a spiritual teachers like gurus to come out from these miseries. Then one cannot start his or her spiritual life. There should be appetite for spiritual quest, knowledge. Like when we become sick and go to the hospital, doctor first asks us, what is your appetite look like? How is your appetite? And when we say, yeah, I don't have appetite, I am not been eating since last 3 days, then doctor can immediately understand something wrong going on in the belly. Recently we had a devotee, our dear devotee Gaurasundar Das is from Guadalupe. He had this bad appetite for 3 days. He was not going to bathroom or anywhere for the last 3 days. And naturally, when you eat and you do not let it go out, then your belly starts bloating, like getting bigger and bigger. And he was experiencing a lot of pain. And when he went to the hospital and doctor released the gas that was accumulated in his stomach and all this, human poop, excreta, then when they come out, then he was released from that pain. So when we have this spiritual appetite that who am I, why I am suffering, what is the purpose of my life, then we live like animal life. Even though we are in a body of a human being, But the scripture says that we are do pada pasu, two-legged animal. And when we revolted from spiritual world and we wanted to enjoy separately from God, when we had the desire that I want to enjoy on my own, I do not want to enjoy with God. I would like to try how it looks when everyone praise me, when everyone worship me, when everyone recognize me as an important and great personality, and everyone comes around me and appreciate me and glorify me. What would be that life to live without God? Then God, being so merciful, He does not want to interfere with our free will. All of us have a free will in a minor quantity, that God will never ever force you to become His devotee. Does He? Parikshit bhai? He let you decide if you want to surrender unto Him or not. But He explained that if you want to enjoy without me, then please kindly go to the material world and try to lord it over and try to be your master of your own. And this is exactly what we are trying to do into this material world when we do not have spiritual knowledge. Even little small ant, if we throw some sweet outside, they try to have that ownership of that sweet, and they fight among themselves. Yes, please. And including from little ant to Lord Brahma, this material disease of identifying oneself with the body is very, very prominent. So in this state, it is very hard for us to understand why God created all this negative aspect, why this duality was created. But the ultimate purpose was not for our enjoyment, but when we experience happiness and distress both, and then we start thinking about it, why it is not only one thing. Why do I have to die? Why do I have to grow old? Why not I always remain like Bernie? What is her name? Bernie. Why do I remain always like fifth grade? Why do I not take good care of my parents all the time? I am living very lavish life right now. I do not have to worry about my food. I do not have to worry about my shelter. I do not have to worry about my clothes. I do not have to worry about anything. Everything is freely supplied to me. Why not I remain always like that? But why do I have to grow old and ultimately at some point I need to die? I have to die. It is not my desire to do so, to go through all the changes. But these things are forcefully imposed upon me by the higher arrangement in the nature. So when we experience both, then intelligent people start thinking there must be something higher than this. There must be some place where this all thing may not happening. So in order to teach a lesson, like when sometimes kids, when parents says, sweet is not good for your health, like chocolate, sweets, trophy or whatever sweet, a lot of kids, I have seen many kids, when they eat so much sweet, their teeth are really damaged in a lot of cases. But when parents say it is not good for you, you cannot take so much, it's okay, just limit yourself like one. But if the kids is obstinate and they want to enjoy more and more, and the parents let them eat, and when they personally see that their tooth or their teeth are damaged, and they learn, listen, that, oh, the sweet is not good for my teeth, so I should not eat so much. So just to teach us a lesson, God created this material world and created all this day and night, heat and cold, sorrow and happiness, distress and sadness, everything's. So when we have a black paper and we have a black ink pen, when we write something on that black paper, we cannot see anything what we write. So we need to have a white paper in order to see the black ink. So in the same way, God wants to give us opportunity in both situations, so we understand that this material world is really temporary world and it is not our home. And all the Upanishad, they have said that Uttishta Jagrata Prapya, or you wake up, rise up, wake up and attain the Supreme. But in the Chandogya Upanishad, it is said that Tat Aikshataha Eko Bahusyama. Tat means He, the Supreme Lord. Like we say Om Tat Sat. What is the meaning of Om Tat Sat? Om means God, Tat means He, Sat means He is eternal. He is the only truth. Everything else is temporary and not. So, Tat Aikshataha, that He desired to be known to His devotees. God was one in the beginning and He wanted us to know Him. It's not that we want to know God, but God wants us to know Him. That is what He desired in the dawn of the creation. Even in Islam, if you see some statement like Sufi, they say that I am the hidden treasure. I want to be known to, I want you to enjoy this treasure. That's why I created this world. So, God is looking for us more than we are looking for God. And He does have a personal feeling. He is like a person. Like we go to different mood in a day. Sometime in the morning time we become very happy, jolly. Or if you are tired, we sleepy, we sleep longer than. And sometime when some festival comes, when we gather together with all the people, we naturally, our happiness rise up, we become very happy. Like last time devotees, when they were pulling the chariot, they were dancing and jumping. Even though they were old in body, but they did not care. They were completely in transcendental platform. So when we have different mood and mind and desires, and exactly God has the same desire, same mood in different times, different places. So when we try to understand Him, when we try to know God, that in most of the time we come to God for our personal benefit. I want to be happy, I want to pass the exam, I want to be rich, I want to get a good wife, I want to be peaceful, I want Santi. All these reasons that we look for God are our personal self-interest. None of this please the Lord at all. Because we are not thinking about His pleasure, His desires, His will, His wishes. So it is not bad that I come to God for the sake of becoming happy and peaceful and ananda. That is fine. But what about the ananda or peace of God? How can we contribute His happiness? It is said that tasmin tustam jagat, tasmin tuste jagat tustam. When God is pleased, the whole world is pleased. So if we put our personal desire aside and we look for God's pleasure, God's happiness, then that becomes any action performed within that jurisdiction becomes a devotion to God. Bhakti. Bhakti. Or anything that is performed for my personal matters. I want to become happy, I want to peaceful, I want to live a calm life, I don't want to be bothered in this material world, I need a shelter, I want to be fearless. And when we put I first at all time, that becomes sense gratification, even though externally it might look a religious life. You see the difference? So when we realize and understand the mood of God, then we really want to do something for Him. We really want to bring a nice, beautiful flower and offer that flower with love and devotion to the Lord. When we see the sadhus, we definitely naturally like to pay our obeisances because we know that saintly people are representative of God. They are taking that message of God to all of us. So when sadhu people come to your home and they ask you some question, hey, Atula Govinda Prabhu, you have such a beautiful, nice house, you have a very nice family, you make so much money, you earn a lot of money, but why do you sometimes experience distress in your life? And they leave. They let that question to think upon us and they leave. And in our mind we start contemplating on that. Why this is happening like that? Why this is really, I'm working very hard, but I do experience distress in my life, which I do not want at all. So when these questions start entering into our heart, then we want to know about God. When we know about God, we want to love Him. When we love God and God start liking us, there is a reciprocal relationship between we and God. And when we have that relationship established between the Lord, then that life becomes a very austere life. We give our personal desires, we give it up, like gopis in Vrindavan. When Krishna would play flute in the middle of the night, that flute would be heard only to the gopis who were living in a family with their husband and children, all the household affairs. But out of the pure love, they would hear the call of Krishna with the specific flute. You know, Krishna could play flute just to call cows sometime. If he needs to call cows, he would play certain note and all the cows would run towards him. If he wanted to alarm the Brajavasis that some demons are attacking, and he would play certain flute, that everybody would understand that some demons is going to attack in Vrindavan. But the nighttime rasa dance flute would be heard only to the gopis, and they had to leave the family and come out and go and meet him in the forest in the middle of the night. And to do that was not easy job. Like even in this small family here, if we go out at night at 8 alone, we do have so much doubt in our mind. Why do you go? Who do you have outside? Maybe you have some people you talk to. We have so much doubt. You can imagine these gopis, they would not care what the family people would think, but somehow or other they would manage to escape and go and meet Krishna. They personally did not care about their personal life, they did not care about their personal desires, they did not care about their personal responsibilities, and they would be able to come to see Krishna. So then, that is why they were described as the highest form of devotees among all the great devotees. There are so many varieties of devotees like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, great saintly people. But this Radharani is because of their sacrifice, their personal sacrifice. Is in Shastra it is called Yajna. Yajna arthat karmano nyatra. Lokoyam karma bandhana. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you do everything as a sacrifice to God. Otherwise, if you simply perform activities for your pleasure, then it will be the cause of karma bandhana, the binding force in this material world. So anything that we sacrifice and we dedicate and give time to God is called yajna. And when we perform yajna, that satisfies the Supreme Lord. And our personal agendas become very trivial and minute. And we can see that by pleasing or providing happiness to God, that we are by default, we attain the same result. Like the servant of a king enjoys the same kitchen. So this is very important to understand that God is a person, He has a feeling, He wants us to do something for Him. One is like wanting and another is demanding. God wants all living beings serve Him, but He wants some specific devotees who are very dear to Him. He demands from them that do this to me. And devotees get great pleasure in performing that personal desire of the Lord. And this is all our Swaminarayan saints, they teaching in the society.
There's no bathroom?
All over the world establishing big temple, letting people come together and practice this devotional service to the Lord and then get rid from this material unlimited desires that simply keeps us in this material world, and life after life after life. Birth, death, old age, disease. Birth, death, old age, disease. Punarapi jananam, punarapi mararam. So we need to acknowledge this sacrifice that they did for us. They could do the bhajan in their own kuti
What should I do?
and they could be liberated from this world, but they were worried about all of us. And that's why we are very respectful for them and grateful and indebted for them. And we can also spread the same message to the rest of the people in the society and then give them this greatest gift of God. That God did not create this world to torture us, to give us punishment, but to help us to realize that this world is not my real home. My real home is the spiritual world, and I need to return back home with the help of the sadhus. They are like the captain in the ocean in the boat. And no matter how strong you are to swim in the ocean, you cannot swim more than maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or maybe one day. But this vast ocean, samsara sagara, is a very huge and big and almost impossible to cross over. But these great saintly people, they are captain, they are riding the boat, and when we sit in that boat safely, faithfully, then we can cross easily with the help of the captain.
I have to go.
So thank you so much for being so attentive and listening carefully. And I think we would stop here. And if we have any questions or any comment, we have some time. What happened, Prabhu? You okay?
I'm okay, but I have to go bathroom.
Oh,
I have to go bathroom.
okay. Is it okay? We can take him bathroom? Yeah.
Take me to bathroom.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Jai Swaminarayan, Hare Krishna.
So, you were talking about having a reciprocal relationship with Krishna and God. Some people, like I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying, something in their mind is talking to them to make them feel depressed. There's no purpose in life, and it's feeling very down. Does that mean that they're not having that connection with God, that reciprocation that one would feel when they're having that friendship and God is guiding you?
Yeah, that is
Take me to bathroom.
one thing. Yeah, we have forgotten our relationship with the God, and we have tried everything on our own in this world, and we always experience that result, frustration, depression. That's why we need the association of sadhus. They can remind us that you are not alone. You are always accompanied by the Lord within your heart as a super soul, Paramatma. A devotee can feel that presence of the Lord within his heart at all time. So association is very important. If there is a beautiful tree outside and we just plant it once and we leave it alone and it dies at some time, even though it has all the resources within that earth, but we need to provide some nutrients, water, sunlight, some fertilizers. So sadhu sangha, devotee association, is like that nourishing factor for the devotees. And we need to cultivate some faith. When we have 100% faith, complete 100% faith that at any situation God is my protector, I have no doubt at all that He will not take care of me at my difficult time. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the pure love of God, it means 100% faith. If your faith sick and you have doubt, then you can end up elsewhere. So for that, we need to hear from the devotees, we need to associate with them, and we need to practice like regularly. And slowly that relationship comes back, and God is always waiting for us. Turn back, I am right next to you. You have tried so much without me. Now just embrace me. He's always. Sometimes we have like different ideas in our mind. One mind says this, another mind says that. The another mind is super soul. Is constantly watching and guiding us. But when we are in the mode of ignorance and everything is covered over, our knowledge is covered, our intelligence is covered, our buddhi is covered, everything looks very dark. Sangat, satsanga, right? Satsanga, we need to do satsanga. Good association. Hare Krishna. Hare Prabhuji, you want to add something? Parikshit bhai. Swamiji. Thank you so much.
And Kirtan, you want to sing?
Yeah.
Was that Archie?
No,
Was that okay?
yeah, let's. No bathrooms. Can we go to bathroom?
Before he make accident outside,